it, and literally you feel claustrophobic when you're playing it because you're in the mines and the hallways or the corridors you have to go through are so narrow at some points.
That's like that's how the game. That's how that game should be.
It should be. So, but it's really good, and it's also one of those, Chief, when you do play it, it's one of those like we love that. It's kind of like you can stay and fight and use your ammo, or you can run and conserve your ammo because you're going to need it later.
I think it's like the perfect blend of like the later Resident Evil started. It was almost like it became like Tomb Raider with monsters in it.
Yeah.
And then like this one really got back to being really freaking you out and messing with your head.
Oh, this one is so freaking you fucking out. Because there's like new types of molded that can only be taken out with like a certain type of bullet. And I mean, it's just waves and waves and waves coming after Chris Redfield, and he just stands his own and fucking takes him out. And it does end back at the mansion. It ends back at the Baker.
They give you enough ammo. Why do you get all your ammo?
Say again?
Big ammo drops everywhere.
Well, there's like different ammo. It's just scattered around these mines. Like handgun bullets, shotgun shells. But it ends really, really. Actually, no. The end of Zoe ends back at the house. This one, you actually, I think, find a hidden installation where they had kept Evelyn for a time, and you actually see like the room they kept her in.
Yeah.
And dude, it's fucking fucked up. It is so fucked up. But it is.
I hate that character. Yeah. I hate that. I wanted to push that old lady like into a hole so many times.
And there's a girl talking to Chris like the whole time. Now I don't know if maybe it's Jill or somebody else talking to him on their headset because they never tell you. But they discuss that they're now like Umbrella's under new management. Umbrella brought them in, and they're trying to turn things around. But then there's another.
You get a little bit of that at the very end of the game when you beat 7. He comes in like right at the very end.
And there's like Lucas is working for like this other corporation that wants the information on like Evelyn and the bioweapons and things like that. So really, I mean, really good. It was great to get back into that world because we bought the game, we beat it in like a day or two. And
yeah, that's the Resident Evil's always been a franchise, no matter which one. When the new one comes out, I always get it, and then I play it until I beat it, and I just don't stop. That's one of the only games that I'm like that with it, because they're long play games, and I just get so immersed in it, I don't want to get out.
It's like the Batman Arkham games. Like I can get immersed.
Yeah, those too. I get stuck in those for a long time too.
And I get to go back and replay Arkham Knight because I had to remember I had to trade in my old PS4 because it was glitching. Got a new PS4, which means all my gameplay was gone. So yeah. I get to go back through and play all of Arkham Knight again. And then of course this big honking motherfucker right here. I'm gonna play this full-on Japanese RPG. It's probably take me like fucking 80 and 100 hours to even figure out what the hell I'm doing.
One of the things I just remembered that Resident Evil 7 was cool too was that at the very beginning when you first get to the house, when you walk along that path, and a couple of times in the house, somebody will walk by like the end of the path. You just see somebody walk by, just like somebody just walks in front of you at a normal pace, and then you run after them and they're gone. It's like there's like weird like ghosts in the game. It really gets unnerving, man. You see like somebody there and you run, and it's like you just saw a ghost in the game.
It's insane. I love it. I love horror themed games.
And the old lady, like, you'll be crawling down under the house and shit in like a crawl space, and then there's the old lady in a wheelchair. Just weird shit to throw you off. Like what the hell is this old woman doing under here?
And that's the thing. Like you'd be running from you'd be like almost out of ammo, so you'd run away from like the molded. You go into a room, and there's creepy old Granny just in that room, and you can't shoot Granny. You cannot.
Yeah, you can't do anything to her. You can't even touch her.
You can't do anything with her, and she's just there. But no matter where you move in like the room, like her head like lolls from one side to the other, like following your movement. And I love that because it put you back. That's why I love the first one, because you were stuck in that mansion, and this was kind of the same way. You were stuck in that house for so long, the first part of the game.
Well, Resident Evil 2 was cool too, because the moans of stuff like behind doors. You just hear stuff moaning behind the door. You didn't know exactly what you were going to face when you opened that door. Could have been 100 zombies. Could have been 1 or 2.
And the
Or they'll be lurking around on the floor and jump up and grab you out of nowhere or something.
yeah, and they are doing a remake of Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, see, I want to play that. If they make a cool remastered Xbox One version of it, I want to play it.
Yeah, so I mean, I know on PlayStation Store they have the remake of Resident Evil 1 is on there.
And hopefully they're gonna change like a lot of the puzzles and shit, so it's not the same fucking game
Right.
just repeated. I hope it's not, because I mean I beat that game a few times. I could probably run through Resident Evil 2 pretty quick. So
Probably.
hopefully it's a little different.
But we're looking at I'm trying to look right here because they say that there is a release date at least for it.
I kind of liked all of them. 5 was kind of weird and kind of racist. I think it was 5, the one where you just killing African villagers for most of the game.
Yeah,
that's
weird.
that's where it started to get to be like just Tomb Raider with mutants in it and shit, and it started getting away from what made it a horror game. I thought 4 was pretty good. There were still some creepy elements to 4, like some of the foggy areas and stuff, but.
And they are saying that that Resident Evil 8 is already in the works.
Fantastic. Like, I hope they branch off and do some weird shit with it, because I thought 7 was great. And stay on that path, but change it up a little bit so it's, and keep it survival horror. One of the things I like best about it too is that you start out with nothing.
You
like,
have absolutely nothing.
You just have to run for your life, and then it's basically it's insane. It's really scary. It really scares the shit out of you when you play it.
And that's the thing. 2018 is going to have. I think 2018 is going to be a good year for video game topics on this show, because we're going to have Call of Cthulhu at some point.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that, because I'm a huge Lovecraft fan, and I've always thought that was a property that you see influences of Lovecraft in other games. Like you see it a lot, like in Warcraft and other stuff. You see, but there hasn't been like a direct Lovecraft game in his universe that's been done well.
No,
at least. And I'm really looking forward to.
I mean, you've had I think on the original Xbox there was a couple Call of Cthulhu games. But this one, the one that's going to be coming out next year, it's Call of Cthulhu. Let's see, it's the official video game. So this one is official.
The trailer I've seen is pretty fucking amazing, man.
Looks and it's going to be dark. It's going to be creepy, and just that thing that it says the official game means to me that they got they've got the blessing of the Lovecraft estate.
Yeah, it must. Yeah, I would assume that if it says that it's official.
Yeah, so that's going to be good. On PS4, I mean, I'm getting the Spider-Man game, which looks like Spider-Man.
Which is exclusive,
Arkham.
I believe, from what I understand. At least right away, it's exclusive, and that sucks because I want to play it real bad.
So that's going to be really cool. I can't wait to play that one. God of War is coming out. I'm a huge fan of the God of War series because I loved all the Greek mythology in it. But this one is moving Kratos from Greece into the Norse mythology. So you're going to have the Norse.
I might just go out and get a PS4 here in the next couple months. Just
you might have to, man. And then we can play like online together Goat Simulator.
Well, well, that's one thing. We could play games together, and then I would rather have it, if Kingdom Hearts 3 ever does come out, I would rather have it on PlayStation anyway.
Next year.
I know it's going to be on every console, but I kind of would rather play it on PlayStation. Just because I played all the other ones on PlayStation.
That was my whole thing with Kingdom Hearts. It's like, they're like, oh, like somebody at work was like, you should get an Xbox One because you can play this. I'm like, well, they're like, oh, but Kingdom Hearts is coming out on that. But I'm like, yes, but I'm so used to playing Kingdom Hearts on a PlayStation.
Well, I'm thinking because I spent so many hours playing the other ones that I would just kind of get it with the controller and everything. It would be
then better. if you go out in the next couple of months, you get yourself a PS4. You can go ahead and pick up all the remastered editions of Kingdom Hearts for your PS4.
I'd like to play them again. That'd be fun.
They have Kingdom Hearts. They have there's like two that you would want to get. The first one It has Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, which is the full game, plus all the extras that the Japanese version got in, but it's still American. Kingdom Hearts 2, you get Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, Kingdom Hearts 360 something days, and then you get Recoded, and you get Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, which was actually the prequel to Kingdom Hearts, which is really good. That one was originally for the PSP, and basically you play as 3 characters. There's 3 different scenarios you play as, and you play as one character, you beat that character, then you go in, and then you can play as the other 2 characters, so you get the whole story. But they actually allow you to go to like Cinderella's world, you go to Snow White's world, Sleeping Beauty's world, Disney Town, Radiant Garden before it was destroyed. You get to see younger versions of all the characters, so like the Organization 13 before they became nobodies, you get to see them.
There's one thing that they better make sure that 3 is just kick-ass, over the top, like the coolest fucking game ever, because everybody's been waiting on this thing for so long, and the other ones are so good, and another thing that I like about them is they're also really long play games. You really have to get into it and play it for a long time.
So with Kingdom Hearts,
and so that 3 better just knock your socks off, or people are gonna be pissed.
Well, with Kingdom Hearts 3, the worlds that have been announced so far is you're gonna get a world based off of Tangled with Rapunzel, where Rapunzel will actually be a playable character in your party. And they said that they really enjoy that because she uses her hair, and she can like whip her hair all around and take out enemies and slam them into walls and stuff with her hair. Really cool. There's a whole world based on Toy Story, and you get shrunk down to a toy. So you usually in Kingdom Hearts, like if you went to like the Little Mermaid, you turn into like sea creatures.
Yeah.
This one you turn into a toy, so everything is toy. Like you're in the house, the bed is huge. You go outside, you fight in the grass, and the grass is huge with you as a toy.
Yeah.
And on that one, you get Buzz and Woody to join your party, so you get 2 characters to join you. There's a world based on Big Hero 6 where you'll get Baymax. And recently, somebody leaked, and they said they're not sure if it's official or not, but there might be a world based on Frozen. Now,
I would think so. I would think by now.
Now, here's the reason why I would actually not mind that.
The ice powers, that'd be badass to have in Kingdom Hearts.
Have Elsa join your party. Let Elsa be the playable character in your party.
Oh, she'd be my first choice if I had her as a pick.
Yeah, where she can just like her sister. She had nothing really cool. Give me the chick that can give me Ice Woman that can like shoot ice and shit. That would be cool.
Oh yeah.
And then the new moves, like the new super moves, are based off of Disney rides. So like the teacups or the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, shit like that. Giant fucking like pirate ship. You can like fly through things. I mean, just really awesome stuff. So that I'm looking for. They said there's not going to be any worlds based on Final Fantasy, which I kind of don't like, because that's what I loved about Kingdom Hearts in the first place, was it was a mixture of Final Fantasy and.
Well, that's why I bought it, because it was just weird. I thought, what a weird looking game, and I bought it, and I just loved it. And then I played the second one, and they were like weirdly dark too. They weren't like these happy kiddie Disney games. They had the happy Disney characters in them, but they were weirdly dark games that took you to other dimensions. And they were like, one of the things I do like about Kingdom Hearts 2 is it's like multiple games in one, because you get the one game where you can build your spaceship up and fly it through the. So there's like a shooting game. There's like puzzles. There's fighting. There's like and boss battles. It's like every kind of game you can want.
See, and that's why I think you would like Birth by Sleep, is because you had the main game, but then there's a thing called the Command Board, which is basically a board game. Like you're playing a board game, and that helps you like beef up your magical powers or your fighting powers.
Yeah, well, that's like with the keys too. That's another thing I like, is you can rearrange all the properties of your keys and make them like your keyblades and make them like super powerful.
I can't wait. I love it. I've been playing it, like I said, and then there's another one that's out that you get this. It's a short, like this one has, I think it has Dream Drop Distance, which was for the 3DS, but of course it's made now for the PlayStation. But you also get a short story of Aqua in the Dark World, which also takes place. It takes place during